Jack Sellers. Arthur Downing.
Never heard of the man.
Omega Pump and Drill.
That's one of my companies. Why?
I'll ask the questions here, Mr. Richards.
Well, ask away, Inspector. But I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to help you.
Now, how do you know that until you try? I'm sure together we can find some way to make you helpful. Perhaps you could begin by acknowledging that you did employ Rick Castillo.
Well, if you already know that, Inspector, why do you need my word for it?
What exactly did Rick do for you, Mr. Richards?
A little of this, a little of that. Ran a few errands. Checked out things for me, you know.
No, I don't. That sounds like the kind of thing any flunky could do, whereas I know for a fact Rick felt very well paid, thought that the job had potential.
Well, I try to encourage all my employees to feel that way, Inspector. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's true.
And if Rick was just an errand boy, then why the need for such secrecy?
Sorry to interrupt, Cruz.
Not a problem. It's not like we're getting anywhere.
Well, perhaps that's because there isn't anywhere to get. You know, Inspector, if I were a less reasonable man, I would take exception to the fact that you have repeatedly insinuated that I had something to do with the disappearance of your brother. Though I do understand, of course, that bullying tactic is a favorite one of yours. You see, I've actually followed your career for some time, with interest. It's curious how you and your brother have followed such very different paths, isn't it? Anyway, as for secrecy, my business dealings are private, Inspector. So I pay all my employees well, even errand boys, to protect that privacy.
Is one of the things Rick was checking out for you the Blue Sky Brigade?
That radical environmental group? I read about them in the papers.
And you only know what you read, no doubt.
Why should I have the slightest interest in that group?
I was hoping you might tell me.
Inspector Castillo, I understand that your personal interest in this matter may be clouding your judgment somewhat, but I am beginning to resent your implications. I came down here voluntarily without an attorney to see what I could do to help. You have proceeded to just about rake me over the coals for reasons that I have yet to determine. Did your father-in-law put you up to this? I realize that CC would do almost anything to harass me, but calling in the police? Inspector, if you have any further questions, you or CC, contact my attorney.
Did he give you anything?
What a load. Nothing the world doesn't already know, but he's covering. Okay, we gotta find out what it is that Mr. Richards has to hide. We gotta gather together all there is to know about him in one pile and go through it. We should start with a list of his business holdings.
Okay.
What?
We got the lab results back.
It's a match.
Perfect. The blood on that shirt is the same type as Rick's.